Louisiana Beer Reviews Reunion IPA. This is an India Pale Ale from Boston Beer Company. Samuel Adams, brewer and patriot. It says holiday hoppiness, 6% alcohol, 40 international bitterness units. There's no controversy there. It says it right there on the label, which looks like the foil gift wrap. Now some people give the gift wrap with a different color foil, which I always liked. And some of the ornaments would be that way. Extract every bit of magic from this year's celebrations. It's hard to read that. Just as we did with Reunion IPA. This golden IPA has bright citrus and pine aromatics with a hint of lightly toasted malt. It has a lean body and a crisp, clean finish. So we're going to, I was thinking extract. Certified kosher. This is brewed in America, Massachusetts, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. So in New England, the mid-Atlantic states, and the Midwestern states, the old Northwest Territories, Ohio, one of the states that came from the Northwest Territory. One of the achievements of the original Constitutional United States of America, the Articles of Confederation, they created the Northwest Territory from the Northwest Ordinance, and they literally subdivided the entire territory with people going out there and surveying it. We're talking about Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, most of Minnesota, and they just made a grid down to like your yard, that detailed. Amazing. And it was done, and it didn't take as long as you would think. All right, and the first state from the territories was Ohio, right, in 1803? 1803. Slightly off-white head, but mostly white, and it's a golden IPA, not orange, just gold, a little bit hazy, but it's semi-transparent, yes, and very bubbly. Very bubbly. Champagne-like. Now, I remember 5 years ago the Brewed IPAs, the super dry Brewed, like Brewed champagne IPAs. I thought they were good, but people didn't like them, and those things were going quick. And that never became a craze. It became something that sat on the shelves. I think I know of a store right here that has it on the shelf. I hate to see the date on that Ballast Point Brewed IPA. I might go buy it just to see what it would taste like aged, and I mean aged. Interestingly, now they don't give the recipe on the Samuel Adams website. They just say it's part of the holiday pack, but you would assume it's part of their. It use their 2-row pale malt blend and other things. All right, it's spicy in the nose. It is sort of like a Brewed IPA in the nose. Spicy. Almost like the Brettanomyces, the farmhouse ales. I mean, it's not that, but it's, I'll say almost like that. Pleasant. I know this company, Boston Beer Company, reluctantly started making IPAs about 10 years ago. Their leader was saying, I don't really like these things, it smells catty to me. He just didn't like IPAs, but he said, I'm being forced to do it. I have to do it. And they made Rebel, which I liked, and Rebel Rouser, the double, which was fabulous, and so many others. They didn't really catch on, but I thought they did a good job. Anyway, the Wicked Hazy, and I think Wicked Double was another one. found this variety pack at Walmart. People were asking me, are you going to review these? I said if I find them. I don't think any other store is going to carry it. Usually only Walmart carries their variety packs. And they don't always carry them. They just sometimes carry them. $16.48 for the 12 pack. 2 of each. That's probably 50 cents more than it was 3 years ago. So with inflation, it hasn't really affected this so much. Other products, yes, of course. Yeah, the bitterness is very low. 40 IBUs. Is that really an American IPA? I mean, maybe if it was Coniston's Bluebird or another English IPA, it would pass. It's more like a pale ale, really. This is tasted more like an American pale ale. There's no definitive cutoff mark, all right? There's no law. It's just like how people view it, the consensus. The body's medium. The finish is mostly dry. On the Cyclops scale, it would be 2.5 out of 5 sugar cubes at the most. Bitterness, 2.5 out of 5, hop cones. They're emphasizing hoppiness. Best by March of 2022. This is being recorded in November 2021. I keep saying because I'm trying to figure it out. Tastes like a Samuel Adams beer. They have sort of a house style, which is soft, low profile flavor. They tried to make some. I know they make Utopias, but most people aren't going to pay over $200 for one beer. So, but I'm talking about their regular range. They did make their specialty series. What was that? It was a 4-pack of tall bottles, like 500 milliliter bottles. And those were intense. They had a white double. That one was kind of gagging to me. It was just like too much dough. And then they had the Doppelbock. That was really good. And there were 4 different varieties. You might remember those from like 10 years ago. And they were in 4-packs. Stores would split them up, sell them as singles. And then Leinenkugel's had like a competitive version of that, the Big Eddie series, which was similar, like 4-packs and same size, big bottles. And I can remember 10 years ago, people would be like talking about, like doing video reviews. I got it. I got the Big Eddie. And it was like a big deal to get the Samuel Adams specialty ones. And then I think one of those was the pumpkin beer. It was like, with the pumpkin face all smashed down. It's too long ago. I can't remember, but those were all very interesting. But the money wasn't there, so they decided, why do this? I guess they decided that same thing with Leinenkugel's. We're losing money on this. Let's just put out sort of like mass appeal products that are, like marginally different season to season, and a lot of people will buy them, and it'll be more money. And I guess it's been successful. Leinenkugel's has sort of faded from my area. We still get some, but the variety packs that used to come out quarterly, or at least every 4 months, 3 times a year, I don't see them, and those were really good. But they were comparable, to the Samuel Adams. Like they're like parallel to each other, not parallel. Well, I guess they run parallel, but they're like lateral. If you shift one to the other, they're like the same price point, same like bold level, boldness meaning subdued, and that kind of thing. So it's pleasant. I can't say, oh, it's something wrong with it. No, I think something's wrong with it in the sense that it's not what I would think of as an IPA, because the hop bitterness is so minimal. There's a spiciness, but it's like a spice, like you would put in food, like Jamaica pepper or something. I don't know. It's strange. Okay, so on the strangeness scale, it gets high marks because it's detached from what you would generally think of in India Pale Ale. So if somebody said, what is an IPA? I only drink Bud Light and Miller Lite. I would like to know what an IPA is. How is it supposed to taste? I would be reluctant to let them try this. I would go get Torpedo if I could find it. Tells you where we are now, right? If I could find it. Something like that. But because this could be like a misrepresentation of it. They could try it and say, well, I heard those were so bitter. This is not really bitter at all. It's a little tingle to it. I guess they're trying to go with it. Okay, enough. I'm sorry for the long video. I just cannot figure it out. I like it. It's pleasant. Bread. The scintilla of hops. But the overall assessment of it, the overall appreciation of it or understanding of it is that it's a little bland. You say, well, it's Samuel Adams. Where you been? That's the story of the company. Yeah, I know about that. But still confusing. But I'll score it. There's some demure qualities to it. It's still, yes, I think it's still in the excellent range, but with reservations. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's excellent with reservations, meaning I'm confused by it. It's a little perplexing, but still interesting. Can't say it's not. Look at the video. So I think 90 is fair. 9.0 out of 10. A 90. I have one more left. Maybe I'll bring that in on one of our Wednesday hangouts, like beers for holidays. Could be something good. It would actually be good for a holiday because you've got family and friends that are reticent to try adventurous beers. This would be a great one because it's so approachable. Well, you know, that's their game plan, I guess. But still, there's some little off-kilter flavor notes with it. But this is the only new one in the pack. They have the Samuel Adams, Boston Lager, of course, those two beers. They always include that. Be a good one to use for a mystery taste challenge, would it not be? And then they have the Old Fezziwig, so glad that came back. The Winter Lager, always love that. And then there's the Holiday Porter. Oh, what a great one. So anyway, I think I feel comfortable with this. I feel comfortable with it, even with everything I said. So 9.0 out of 10, an A minus. Still 16.48 for 12 bottles, and scoring an A minus. That's probably gonna be the worst score in the whole pack. That's a winner. That's a bargain. The best I ever had. I don't know about that, but anyway, yikes. So Laissez-les Bon Temps Relais. Interesting product, as we can see, and a little bit confounding. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all go to one of those states I mentioned and tour Boston Beer Company Brewery.